it comes to the safety, health, and well-being of the community. Based on what we knew, do you still think it's inappropriate for the selectmen to try and account if there's an environmental hazard in this community?
Wait a minute, before you answer that, I want you to eliminate a comment.
Well, wait a minute, no, let him answer the question, Nick, you can have your turn. Do you think, based on what we know, what we were told, it's the responsibility of the Board of Selectmen to ensure the safety, health, and well-being of the community?
Evidently, you were informed of the whole situation.
No, I'm saying, based on what we were told.
I don't,
Based on what I just told you, do you think it was reasonable and prudent to safeguard the interests of the people?
if I'd been one of the selectmen, I'd said it's still a deal between me and the North Stonington Volunteer Fire Department.
So if you didn't know if there was an environmental hazard in our community that could contaminate drinking water and wells, and it's in an aquifer protection area, you would expect this Board of Selectmen to just ignore that? I'm just asking you a simple question. I know the answer. You would expect us to do the right thing. I know it contradicts what you wrote in your letter about me, but I'm a big person. I can take it. That's why I don't think you were fully informed on what went on when you wrote your letter, and that's why I'm not picking on you. This is man to man, just having a conversation. Clear the air. I don't want you to think I'm attacking you. I don't want you to think that you're wrong. I'm just trying to get to the facts. And the facts, what we were told, is what I just told you. And I responded accordingly.
If I had gone up there and pumped it out and taken it out and taken it down to my place, would there been any issue? I hired Steve works for me. Evidently, it was thought that he was a town employee, which he is.
But was he working as a town employee when he took the oil, or was he working for
He
you?
was working for me
He was working for
when he
you.
took the oil. He stored it, and we were gonna do something with it when I got back.
And now,
When this all blew out of proportion, I figured we'd get rid of it, and it'd be gone then.
Right.
Because that's my contract to dispose of it. It doesn't say where I gotta take it, what I've gotta do with it. It says to remove the oil.
the contract doesn't state that, but the law states that. Would you agree with that?
The law states.
Okay, you're gonna properly dispose, wait a minute, Nick.
No,
Nick,
wait, stop.
Nick, you're not gonna protect your friends here.
Wait a minute,
Let's talk.
you're conducting an inquisition
No,
on
I'm
somebody.
not. I'm asking the man questions.
I
I'm not badgering the guy, I'm talking to him like a man.
Getting into harassment pretty soon. If you wanna put it off for another week,
I'm just asking you very
I'll have
simple
an attorney
questions.
come in with me and
That's
we'll iron the whole
fine.
thing out.
I'm just trying to understand where, you brought some information forward tonight in your letter,
Yes.
and the fire company has gone out of their way to say they hired you. They are, and believe me, and this is, I'm just trying to sort out, because you
Okay.
kind of mentioned in your letter, you
Now,
hired
wait a minute. Bob,
Stephen,
Bob, stop, stop, okay?
I know it's uncomfortable for you, Nick,
No,
but it's very simple.
No, it's not.
Now you hired Stephen D. Holiday
Wait a minute, no.
and Sons, who has the same licensing as you,
Bob, you're out of
but
order,
they
stop.
couldn't.
You're out of order. Now, I'm gonna say one word in between it,
Okay.
okay?
Go ahead, Nick.
Bob,
So we could have helped him for nothing. So when you said that
Bob,
Nick,
stop. No,
Nick,
stop.
I'm addressing his letter.
No, stop. It's the end.
Nick, I know it's uncomfortable for you, but I'm addressing a letter that you wrote, you read publicly to try to attack me, and now I'm responding to it.
I didn't attack you.
Nick,
When did I?
you had this thing on Friday, and I get it today.
I didn't get it on Friday. When did I get it, Richard?
What day was March 7th?
When did I get it? When was it hand delivered?
Today.
What
Okay,
time?
so it's dated March 7th. Okay,
I didn't write the letter.
okay, well, I'm addressing your letter. So the next
Everything
thing-
you're doing, you're distorting the real issue.
He
Is
just
there
said-
anything wrong?
What are you
No,
talking about?
I don't see anything
Well, let
wrong.
me see. We got, you inserted, and let's make this clear. I've said we had a level of responsibility as a town.
We did it.
And you said, you went out of your way to get the lawyer to say, no, it's all on the fire company and Richard White.
Wait a minute. I
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
got the
Yeah, you
lawyer
did.
to say,
You wanted the town out of it.
tell me that I coerced
Nick,
the lawyer.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you portrayed this as an attack on the fire company, and it's not. But the fact is, if Mr. White was hired, yet he wasn't licensed to perform the work,
You don't
He
need a
hired
license,
Steve-
he's licensed for what it takes.
Can I just have 90 seconds? I only need 90 seconds, I promise.
What?
I just need 90 seconds. I just have 3 quick comments.
Go ahead.
Number one, the entire interview, the entire process for the selectmen was to find out in the end was the oil disposed of properly. Correct?
Yes.
The answer to that question is, yes, it was. Second of all, you continue to refer to Mr. Smith as regards to who you're speaking to. Unfortunately, Mr. Smith is a member of the Board of Trustees of the fire company. If you had questions regarding the fire company, either the president or the chairman of the board would have been the one to call down here. Thirdly, for you to sit and insinuate that the North Stonington Volunteer Fire Company had anything backhanded to do regards to how it's convenient that the quotes got switched around, and it's kind of funny how Richard was $100 less. That's ridiculous, Bob, because them guys up there, they break their balls and they spend a lot of time working, volunteering, and everything else. There was nothing underhanded. The quotes were presented by Mr. Smith, and that was who it chose. I'm not sure if you realize this. Re-election is 18 months away. So stop your goddamn politicking now and just get over it.
Mark, I understand you want to, your uncle's
Has nothing to
involved.
do with it being my uncle, Bob.
I
Has
understand
nothing to
that.
do with it.
I understand
It's a
that.
witch hunt. It's
It's not a witch
ridiculous.
hunt.
Stop.
It's not a witch
It
hunt.
was disposed of properly. That's the answer you were looking for, am I
The only
right?
reason it got disposed of properly is because we got
Yeah,
involved.
what's the answer? Was it get disposed
Because we
of?
got involved,
That's it.
okay?
Stop, stop.
So you can take the attitude all you want.
Listen, you don't bother me. I'm not,
You're not
you can
bothering
rant to
me.
me all you
It's-
want.
If you're telling me that you don't see anything wrong with what happened,
Better get it back to Selectmen.
and this is what's funny, and that's why I'm talking to you very
Okay.
calmly.
Let me just answer that. If this conversation wants to go any further, I think it's harassment. I'll have my attorney here next week, and you make the call.
Okay, and my question to you was just simple. So obviously you weren't licensed to perform these
I have
activities.
all the permits, all the licenses I need to do what I did.
And then the need to bring in service station environmental, why would that happen?
To dispose of the oil, to finish disposing of
If
it.
you're licensed to do that, you're saying, so why would we have to bring them in?
No. He's not saying that. He's not saying that.
No,
You gotta have a wrench.
Okay.
we don't need permits.
For subcontractors, like anybody, you're subcontractor.
Here we go, Bob, that boy.
Stop. Stop.
Mark.
Mark, got any wisdom?
Yeah.
Can you say
End it, Mark.
Doesn't seem like we're making headway in this. I recognize that you're investigating certain aspects, you're trying to make points. I'd like to hear the final report from DEP before we have more conversation.
Oh, I thought that's what we were doing. That's why I was kind of surprised we were getting into this tonight,
Okay, but
right?
because it doesn't
Weren't
seem,
weren't we supposed to do that?
it doesn't seem like we're trending
A
that way.
letter
We
of
don't-
comment came,
And we don't have a written report yet. so.
came to the item, you started.
Well, Nick, when you read a letter like this, right, think about it.
I read a lot of course like that.
You read a letter like that, do you honestly think I'm gonna sit here and not respond? You're smarter than that, aren't you? I mean, seriously.
Without a doubt, Bob,
Did you really think I wasn't gonna respond to that?
you have been propagating this at every meeting, whether somebody talks or not. Okay? There's no doubt about that.
Nick, I don't need, and what's funny
something?
is,
None of your allegations that you've made are true. I didn't know how or what, okay? And I didn't bother, Charlie, because you wanna know, wait, let me finish, okay? 400 gallons of oil and a $1,500 contract, as a lot of people have said, is not a big deal and not the most important thing in the world. And we should be spending this time tonight on the budget, on housing, on the school project, and all the rest of the stuff. This thing has been so exploited and so twisted, I don't think anybody knows who's what, okay? Now, I've been accused tonight of being remiss of not following it, telling the lawyer what to say in his letter. You don't tell credible lawyers what to do, okay? And I don't want it. What's my motto? It is what it is, okay? And I got a real problem with how this whole thing turned out, because nobody got everybody in the room at any one time and said, does everybody understand what's gonna happen? No. This one talked to that one talked to this one. These people went over and got, wait a minute, on my turn. Then we got one estimate, then we got a second estimate, got an estimate in 2011, then we got an estimate dated in 2013, and then we got writing all over one. I didn't have any of that before I got started, okay? Now, were things done wrong? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, and was it any potential? I don't think so, okay? But we've turned it into a prize mess. And you, Mr. Testa, whether you like it or not, have exaggerated everything and accused people and wanted to take disciplinary action before you even had the facts.
That's not what I
That's what
said.
your motion was last week.
That wasn't discipline. What did I say?
You said, I want to.
No, what did I say? You asked, Mark
Yeah,
asked the
one
question.
question.
What do you think should happen pending while this is going on? What did I say?
No, I said one.
What did I say,
You
though?
can't have an executive session on a person.
No, what did I say though, when you said what would be appropriate? I think Mark asked the question.
You know something?
What did I say?
I wish.
See, Nick, you just made a good point, because you said for 6 weeks, you said that you knew nothing.
For the
And you
sake of
just
the audience,
said,
can we move
you
on?
knew
This is
about
not very
this.
professional to be scolding each other.
Exactly. But if you would have told us, that you knew about all these conversations, that there was, you claim you didn't even know that they were taking the oil out. You had knowledge of this that could have put a lot of this to rest. And that's what bothers me with this.
As a member of this town, I'm asking my Board of Selectmen to move on to town government issues.
Thank you,
Please.
thank you.
I asked that too. Stop the bickering.
I would say you're through with me tonight then?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Town traffic concerns, Brian Cooper's going to be delayed until the 25th and taken off the